Welcome to the Librarian's Midnight Library. I'm your librarian, and the world has finally gone quite enough for a story. Today, we step into the shimmering infinite heights of the Celestial Gallery to uncover a tale of magic. Take a deep breath, leave the world behind, and let's begin. Most people look at the moon and see a barren, silent rock, a lonely sentinel of grey dust and hollow craters. But they are looking through eyes of glass and logic. If you were to look through eyes of wonder, you would see that the moon is actually covered in a vast glowing meadow of silver lilies. These lilies are not tended by rain or soil, but by the moon gardener. He is a spirit made of stardust and old dreams, wearing a coat woven from the tails of passing comets. He walks the lunar surface with a watering can crafted from a hollowed out star, and he moves with the slow, graceful weightlessness of a heartbeat in a dream. The silver lilies are peculiar creatures. They do not grow from seeds. Instead, they sprout from the ohs and ahs of people watching the night sky from Earth. Every time a child gasps at a shooting star, a new bird appears in the lunar dust. Every time a poet finds the perfect word for the midnight sky, a petal unfurls. Every time someone makes a deep, sincere wish upon the first star of evening, a lily blooms in a brilliant, radiant white. For eons, the moon was the brightest garden in the universe, but as the centuries turned, the world below became crowded and cynical. People began to look at their glowing screens instead of the glowing sky. They traded their wonder for worry and their oaths for shies. The silver lilies began to wilt, their glow faded from brilliant white to a dull, brushed grey. The moon itself grew dim and pale, its light no longer strong enough to guide the night traveler or inspire the dreamer. The moon gardener, heart-sore and worried, realized that if the garden died, the night would lose its soul. He gathered the last few remaining vibrant petals, the ones grown from the purest and most stubborn sparks of imagination, and wove them into a silver ladder. It was a thread thin tether that reached down through the clouds, down through the city smoke, until it touched the very top of a tall, lonely skyscraper. The gardener did not shout. He knew the wonder cannot be forced. Instead, he whispered into the night wind, sending a soft silver hum through the streets. He aimed his message at the only ones who still knew how to listen, the children and the dreamers. On a balcony high above the city, a single child looked up. She saw the ladder, shimmering like a spider's silk. She didn't see a rock in the sky. She saw a garden in need of help. She pointed her finger at the pale crescent and gasped, "Look!" That single gasp was like a drop of pure water on a parched tongue. A lily on the moon flared to life. Then another child looked, and a gardener and a tired old man. As the wonder spread, the silver garden erupted in a symphony of light. The moon gardener smiled, his work beginning anew. He realized that wonder is a cycle. We give it to the sky, and the sky gives it back to us in the form of light. He now works twice as hard planting wonder seeds in our dreams while we sleep, so that even on the darkest nights we never truly forget to look up. He knows that as long as one person on earth is still capable of being amazed by the dark, his garden will never stop blooming. We keep a small glowing seed here in the gallery, resting on a bed of velvet. If you look at it closely, it seems to pulse with a soft white light, a reminder that the moon is never as far away as it seems, and that the stars are always waiting for us to notice them. The stars have been mended, and the velvet sky is secure once more. Thank you for journeying through the celestial gallery here at the librarian's Midnight Library. If you see the moon glowing extra bright tonight, remember the gardener who tends to your wonder. Subscribe to keep your place in our infinite halls. Until the next midnight, stay starry eyed and sleep well.